lost. I don't think of it that way at all. I think of it much more positively than that. Lost. No, I think people gain.
I don't think we lost very much. There's still traditional orchestras going on, which has a growing audience, believe it or not, because as people grow older, they come to classical music, strangely enough.
I'm an elderly lady, so basically the internet and downloading doesn't take a part in my life. So I listen to classical music on the radio. So DAB radios may be slightly better quality. As far as classical music and technology, that's it.
I'm not sure I replaced any faith in anybody who didn't know what they were talking about.
Okay.
Who's done some study, can read the music, can read the critical sources and so on. A blogger might, a music critic might not, or vice versa.
Equal.
I don't read blogs, so there you are.
No, probably not. I would generally rely on a more traditional publication. I'd expect them to employ expertise, and if it's in relation to this kind of stuff, I'd expect that expertise to be a higher quality.
It doesn't really affect my concert going, but it does my play going. Because if you read a review of a play, part of it might be telling you whether it was worth going to see it. The problem with a concert, it's already over. So you might follow a performer, but I'm not sure, since I'm in the business, I really trust so many other reviewers. I prefer to trust my own ears and judgment.
Not a journalist, but a specialized writer. There are some respectable names who I trust. And very often I come on the first night so that I can compare views. Sometimes they agree with me, sometimes they don't. Fine.
I don't.
Not at all.
Not at all. Not as far as classical music is concerned. Yes, I would read a review of cinema and theatre, but not music.
It does actually. So I'm quite old-fashioned in that respect. It doesn't affect, I mean, you're outside the Proms, it doesn't affect the Proms, I don't think, but it affects other things. It just changes the whole atmosphere when people aren't enjoying the experience they're doing the whole filmy thing. So yeah, I object.
I used to be someone very peckish, when I saw any movement, any noise, I was getting very annoyed. But I realized I was more like hurting myself and not the others, So I try to forget about those things. But still the problem for me is more about noise. Like, for example, when people are using buttons on their phone, that could be a problem. But if they are filming, it's not a big issue for me.
What you should never be is intrusive and do something which an artist would not like you doing at all. After all, they're the people suffering and doing what, they're the ones giving it. The people who stand up and take flash photos at the Opera House and so on, they should be banned.
I think both have their place. The extra character you get out of something which is live is, it's a nice thing to have, but that's not always what you want.
We have very good recording techniques and your phone will make quite a good recording. So just as a kind of memory, it's not so bad to do those. Just like a camera on your telephone is not as good as £1,000 worth of expensive equipment. A proper recording of a work, particularly if I were a composer, a new composer, I would like to have as good a recording as I could possibly get with all the proper balancing and so on. On the other hand, if there was nothing else available, a small amateur recording is a good thing, and some remarkable things have been recorded by amateurs on relatively poor equipment, which without them something wouldn't survive.
I just like live music, listening to classical music live, because I think it's a little bit like Nescafe and the real coffee. So, and you need to go to concert from time to time. You can't just rely on listening to it as a CD or